Hello. This is going to be a bit of a different video than I usually do, but I thought that it would be quite nice to kind of make a video of me talking. This video isn't going to be like fast and aggressive that I usually do, so if you're not interested in me talking and going like slower paced, then I suggest you find some video of mine that is more to your liking. On one of my videos, I've gotten so much engagement about Skyrim that it was just so funny to kind of interact with your guys and to see that so many people still play Skyrim. You know what like 8 years of no new game does to people. But yeah, I thought I might do like a ramble video with the official Elder Scrolls cookbook that I have had for a couple of years. Thing is, I haven't cooked anything from here yet because the ingredients are sometimes just kind of ridiculous. I mean, the spices and the fruits that they sometimes require, you know, I'm from Eastern Europe, so acquiring some kind of magical fruit from the top of the mountain that has been blessed by the Buddhist monk born in Jumanji. This is kind of the ingredient that it's how it sounds to me. It is pretty hard to acquire here. Some spices to make the spice mixes and so on. The spice mixes are kind of hard to make sometimes. But this book is so nice, like visually. I'm going to switch in just a second to another perspective of me with the book. We will review some of the recipes. I've always wanted to do like a cooking video because I love cooking, but I think that or like I thought about making like a maybe even eating video, but because I sometimes like to listen to them, but I feel like I eat in such an unsatisfying manner that it wouldn't be like ASMR worthy. But yeah, I thought more about doing like a cooking video. What interests me most in here are the drinks, because I think they're the easiest to make, and perhaps the ingredients are not so crazy to acquire. But other than that, I feel like I have some dishes that I could cook from here in like upcoming weeks. But if you play Skyrim, you obviously know that the dishes that are associated with it are for like winter cold country. That is, people drink mead, eat cheese, bread, and so on, and like horker meat, so like party meals. But right now, currently, there's like 30 degrees Celsius or like 80 something degrees Fahrenheit for you American friends. So I could not imagine eating anything like that in upcoming weeks or months. But yeah, perhaps I'll switch to the overview of the book. So here we have an overview of the first page. And you have a map. You have obviously Skyrim, the Saltstein Island here, and Morrowind. I've never actually played Morrowind. Maybe if they make a remake, then I would, but I was too young to play it. Cyrodiil, I've played some Oblivion, and mostly the remake, because it's gonna sound like a flex, but it's not. My computer was too strong for the regular Oblivion, and I got kicked out during character creation, so it's kind of blocked me from playing it. But yeah, here we have the entire map, the Hammerfell, that is supposedly going to be the place of Elder Scrolls 6. But let's be honest, we're never getting that. So let's cope with Skyrim. Here we have the beautiful page, the Dragon Lore symbol, and the official cookbook made by Titan Books. And here we have the contents, the introduction, the basics, sides, starters and snacks, baked goods, soups and stews. Oh, that might be actually good. I'm from the soup part of Eastern Europe, you know, the potato. I think, like, I've heard some people divide Europe into tomato and potato regions, and I'm definitely from the potato side. We have desserts, drinks, and obviously, I don't know if I can zoom in, we have the one and only skooma recipe. So I might think about, you know, making it in the future. The beautiful introduction. Oh, I used to be an adventurer. Oh, you've heard that story already. Yes. The arrow in the knee, the famous quote. Here we have the overview of the ingredients that, you know, you would find in the continent. And we have the taste of Tamriel. As I mentioned, the Nords have a harsh climate, rugged landscape that has shaped their warrior culture. These meats can be preserved through smoking, drying, pickling, or salting. And we have the Red Guard, the Belsmer, the beloved Khajiit, the Imperial, and I've missed the page. Obviously, the Orzimer, Altmer, Breton, Dunmer, and Argonian. If you're watching this, you can comment what race do you usually play in Skyrim. I'm actually really curious. I'm really basic when it comes to playing Skyrim because I usually play an Imperial. It's so boring. I know people play like Khajiits or Argonians or something, but I play Imperial. They find more gold. I feel like they are like pleasant looking. They don't have like a special ability. I feel like I think it's called the voice of the Emperor. It's nice, but I actually don't use it at all, which is kind of funny, but yeah. I play the Imperial and perhaps some Khajiits. Or an Orc. I've missed the page once again. Here. The Orzimer. I think they are very underrated actually, but I don't play them as much as I do Imperials. And also, speaking of Dunmer, I've actually forget to mention it at the beginning, but I have an Azura tattoo on my thigh. It was actually my first tattoo I've done. I wanted my first tattoo to be like Skyrim theme, and I wondered like what would be a cool thing to, tattoo. But I thought that the Fuxroda symbols or the Dragonborn symbol that we see over here, I thought that they were just, overdone a bit. So I decided to get a tattoo artist to actually design my piece. And I got a Azura tattoo because I thought that the Daedric princess were the most interesting part of Skyrim, genuinely. I think those side quests are just amazing. I think like maybe they get a bit repetitive after some time, but I think all quests in some games do. So, if you don't mind, I'm gonna crack open a can of Monster Energy. This is a ramble video, so I might as well. You have to hydrate in those temperatures. All right, moving on. We have some celebrations and the holidays. Most interestingly, in a few pages, I suppose, there are ingredients. There we go. We have the spices, seasonings, condiments, North spices, Stormcloak seasoning, Imperial seasoning, custard sauce, snowberry sauce, spiced butter, rustic mustard, Imperial mushroom sauce, sweet crustada dough, rye pie dough. The Imperial seasoning, I suppose, would be most fitting to my person. It is on the 27th page. Here we go. The Imperial seasoning. So let's see. We have 3 teaspoons dried marjoram. I think it's pronounced like that. I'm not quite sure, genuinely. I've never seen that seasoning in English, and I am a student of English philology, by the way, so that's kind of embarrassing for me. We have 3 teaspoons dried savory, 1 teaspoon coriander seeds, and 1/4 teaspoon white pepper. So I think that's pretty doable, apart from maybe acquiring some spices, but I suppose I could get them. They are used in Imperial mushroom sauce, mushroom and vegetable risotto, and Syria famous potato bread, coastal clam chowder, and Imperial mulled wine. Also, I don't know if any of you tried clams, but I found clams to be so disgusting. I absolutely adore shrimp. I think they're the best protein there is, maybe apart from steak. But clams are just, they taste like mud. They taste like salt water and mud. And I cannot imagine what clam chowder tastes like. I've heard it's pretty popular in some regions of America. But when I Googled the ingredients, it's genuinely my worst nightmare. I've tried clams with like butter, with like fried. I'm not talking about oysters, I'm talking about clams. With like fried butter and garlic, and it tasted like shrimp poo mixed with salt water. So not a fan. And to kind of maybe sum it up, I would love to check the ingredients for skooma. You know, I would be open to making something, maybe for even a video. We'll see. We have the one and only skooma recipe. We have 1 cup sugar, 3/4 cup boiling water, 2 cups vodka, 10 pitted dried apricots diced, and a pinch of ground cardamom, and a dash of vanilla extract. Actually, I think I will be able to get every single ingredient here, so I might actually do that sometime. Here we have, if you've ever wondered what skooma looked like, inside the suspicious, like, purplish bottle. There you go. And the description. Because skooma is so highly sought after, yet so illegal, some enterprising innkeepers across Tamriel have cooked up their own version of a cordial that mimics that addictively sweet drink so loved by the Khajiit. So, it is an imitation. Well, perhaps if you added, like, I don't know, opium to the mix, then I would guess it would be pretty accurate. I think I might have cracked the code. But yeah, we have the end of the book. Yeah, I've just wanted, to kind of test if I would even be able to make a ramble video, if I would be able to talk for so long. But I think it was okay-ish. You can let me know. I will promptly get back to, like, hard and fast and aggressive ASMR, but I think this is, like, also nice. Video, I guess. So thank you for watching. And subscribe to the channel if you wish.